Grab a seat and sub down the front. Down here. On through, there's some down here as well.
All the cool kids sit at the back, right?
Let's take a seat. There's a few pictures tonight, so it might be worth grabbing a seat.
So please come through, Rosemary. Yeah, come through. Come through.
Come grab a seat. We've got quite a few seats at the front.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. You've got the one sheet, right? Yeah, cool. We've got some free seats at the front here, so
Just come take a seat. All right, we might as well get started then. Looks like we've got most people in from outside. So welcome to the Bitcoin Melbourne meetup for this month. Thank you everyone for making the trip in. Obviously the weather's not the best tonight, so double thank you for bearing with the weather, the Melbourne weather. So tonight we're highlighting MBTC and what they're up to here. So if you don't know about MBTC, obviously this is the lovely co-working space that we're in at the moment. It's really the hub for Bitcoin and blockchain tech here in Melbourne, and I think there's a strong argument to say it's probably the hub for it in Australia. It's the only co-working space of its kind in the country, which is pretty rare within itself, but also at the same time, there's a thriving and very vibrant community of developers, people around the ecosystem who are doing things like if you look behind you, there's a podcasting studio there, 2 fantastic podcasts that come out of that room. So there's a very strong ecosystem here around Bitcoin and blockchain and just digital currency more generally as well, actually. So really happy to be hosted here tonight by the MBTC team. Bitcoin Melbourne, we've been running for a while. We're one of the biggest Bitcoin meetups in the world. We're, I think, top 12, top 10, somewhere there. Oscillates a little bit, but we have a very strong community running for quite a few years now. So again, we're very happy that MBTC very kindly let us host our meetups here every month. And tonight, as we always try to do, we try our hardest to do this every single month actually, is we're going to be highlighting companies in the ecosystem or companies that are very friendly to the ecosystem, so those who accept, for example, Bitcoin. Tonight we're going to be having a few pitches. We're going to hear from companies that are actually developing some really interesting stuff, and also, again, companies that are very close to the ecosystem. I'm going to hand over to Martin. I'm sure you've all met Martin, and he'll tell you a little bit about MBTC, and then we're going to jump into pitches a little bit later tonight. If you ever want any more information about MBTC, hand over to Martin. He'll be able to tell you a bit more about it. If you'd like to know more about the ecosystem here in Melbourne, Martin's the man. Also come and have a chat to me. More than happy to help out in any way or fashion that's going to help the ecosystem here in Melbourne. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Martin, who's going to have a chat to you about MBTC.
okay, cool.
Thank you, Martin.
Okay, thanks, Alan. Nice one. Thanks, Alan. Cheers. So, okay, cool. Well, thanks very much for everybody coming out tonight. I know it's a pretty crappy weather out there, so thanks very much. So, first of all, housekeeping. We have services or restrooms outside there, which requires a toilet code. So you'll find those codes just by the door there. So it's a 6-digit code. So grab a little ticket there, and you'll be able to use the services. And we have water as well here. So if you want to grab a water at any time, there's some water at the back there. Okay, great. So just want to say big thank you to Alan at Bitcoin Melbourne for helping to promote this event. Also Andrew Lai at FinTech Melbourne as well. So thanks very much for your support in all of our endeavours actually with regards to the Bitcoin community. You're awesome. Thanks, Andrew. And also Melbourne Silicon Beach, who's run by Artula and his great team. So thanks very much for co-promoting this event, Artula. Okay, cool. So for this evening, I shouldn't forget the sponsors for tonight as well. So we've actually got pizzas on after all of the pitches, and you might have had some beers already and some drinks. So that's being sponsored by Bitcoin Group, who is the chief sponsor for this whole enterprise, really. So thanks very much to Alan, who make sure the lights stay on, Bitcoin Group. Thanks very much, Alan. Cool, so agenda for tonight. So a little bit about MBTC and our story so far. I've got a little slideshow with some cheesy music for you as well, so I hope that just sort of displays the strength of the community that we've built up here over the last 18 months. Then we're going to have pitches from 12 different organisations, so it's going to be rapid fire pitches timed at about 5 minutes each, and then we're going to need to be very strict on the time frame. We've got a couple of projects from RMIT as well that have been working here, and we may have Fran Strajnar, who's the CEO of Brave New Coin, coming in over Skype as well to do a pitch about his business as well. So, okay, cool. So without further ado, I'll talk a little bit about MBTC. So MBTC, Melbourne Bitcoin Technology Centre, we've been running education programs for primary, secondary schools and also university programs. We've also been doing some incubation for Bitcoin businesses here, and we've also basically been running a lot of events. So we plan to sort of ramp up the activities around Bitcoin, blockchain and cryptocurrency. And as Alan mentioned, we've become the kind of hub for Bitcoin knowledge in Melbourne, but also around Australia. We're very lucky to have some great partners as well, like FinTech Melbourne, CoinJar, BTC Markets, all the leading businesses in the Bitcoin and blockchain space we are sort of associated with. So it's very exciting times for not only MBTC, Bitcoin Group, but also the growing ecosystem of this technology. We're going in and out. So without further ado, I will now sort of play you a short video, or slideshow should I say, on our community and some of the events that we've had so far. Would you mind actually just turning the lights off there at the back? There should be one for event space. So, okay. So let's just bring this up here.
While Martin's doing that, if anyone wants to tweet, hashtag BitcoinMel, yeah? So feel free to tweet all night long and take photos.
Excellent, thanks Alan. So that's hashtag BitcoinMel for the tweet, thanks. Okay, cool. So I hope you enjoyed that. Gives you a bit of insight into what's been going on here and over the last sort of 18 months or so. Hello? Oh dear. We're too loud now, Julian. Julian can reduce the volume. That's better, great. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So like it's been quite a enjoyable journey, and it's been really. I feel very privileged to be part of what's happening here, and obviously the future of the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency ecosystem is very bright, with $1.5 billion invested into Bitcoin and blockchain businesses to date, and there seems to be a sort of growing interest from the traditional sort of financial markets and all types of businesses. Everybody here is very excited about the future and the socially enabling properties of this technology. With regards to the MBTC co-working space, we've recently had the website redesigned and sort of showcasing what we've got here. So we have a barbecue deck outside there, and we also have Melbourne's only co-working space with a full-size pool table there. We have Crypto Studios, which is a podcasting studio, the event space here, of course, and then we've got the co-working areas as well. So if you do have a startup, or if you're wanting to get going with a startup and you're looking for a co-working space, then please come in and we can give you a tour and talk about the pricing. And we've made it really reasonable with regards to the pricing as well. So what I'll do now is we can start with our pitching part of the evening. So I've got a run sheet here, and would you be able to help with the timing, Alan?
No doubt.
Okay, excellent, cool. So basically, I will now hand you over to Shri and Jen from RMIT, who are going to present a little bit about Toodles.
5-minute pitches, guys.
5-minute pitches. I'll just bring up your.
Cool.
Good to go? Okay. Okay, guys. Imagine where you are right now. And then, imagine where you'd be 30 years later. And then, just imagine if all your private data, all your personal data, was available for the public to view on internet. Very good evening, everybody. We're Toodles, a dating application on the decentralized network. I'm Shrey, and that's Jen. Okay. When Atula Bagoda of Silicon Beach met us last time, he said, another dating application, come on. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't blame him, because he'd probably get dating application pitches day in and day out. But what we couldn't tell Atula the other day was how distinct our dating application was compared to any other dating application. Our dating application is in the decentralized network as opposed to all the other dating application, which is in the centralized network. So what does decentralized network mean? What does it actually mean for the user? What it means for the user is that your data is going to be split into 1 million different fragments within the network. That means that your data can't be stolen, it can't be manipulated, it can't be sold to marketers, or it can't be hurt in any other way because it's in the decentralized network. That is the advantage that we're providing to our users. Our users can be more secure, more private, and they can freely date anybody they want without having to think about the hassles of what would happen if their data was made public. I think all of you would have heard about the famous Ashley Madison case, wherein tons and tons of data was made public and there was a huge uproar about the hacking and all that happening. That happened because the data was in a centralized network. So Zoosk, eHarmony, Tinder, and every other dating application that there is in a decentralized network. And we're proud to say that ours is the first dating application which is on the decentralized network as opposed to the centralized network. So what's our target market? Who are we exactly targeting? We're targeting people from the age of 29 to 40 years, which means that we have a potential target of 971 million people. And as you can say, that's a lot of people. Yeah. So what do we want? What are we actually looking for? we are primarily looking for two things, basically. The first thing that we are looking for is a technical co-founder to probably help us with the technical domain of the whole aspects. And also, the second part is that we're looking for funding to help us with our marketing and our PR campaign. Well, the first thing when you try to build an application for something is that what problem of the user are you actually trying to solve? This here is that we're trying to solve the problem of privacy, security, and most importantly, reputation of the user, right? So, and again, I'd like to stress that nobody in this domain has actually come up with some sort of dating application in the decentralized network promising everybody the amount of security, privacy, and reputation that we're giving. So we're actually proud to present to you Toodles. So if you want to talk to us later on, we'd be happy to do that. Thank you so much, everybody.
Fantastic job, great. Excellent, thank you. Cool. So up next we've got Purjit, who is going to talk about the a member of our RMIT project, and talking about Bitcoin buskers, I do believe. Yes, I'll bring it up now.
Good evening to everyone. We are part of the Bitcoin Busker project team. So we are basically from RMIT. We are doing our final SEM project. So the basic idea for doing this is, as a busker, the biggest problem would be how would you reach a wider audience. So this platform enables a busker to connect on a global basis. So how is it different from other sites that might have the same features? So the first thing is it does not have any registration fee. So you sign up as a busker, and you are in a position to communicate with the buskers that are located across the globe. And audience like us can also register it for a free of cost, but the only thing that differentiates an audience from a busker is that the busker would be able to post their own content. It might be a performance they did last week on Burke Street, it can be a performance they did on Southbank. And the biggest advantage of this is it enables the buskers to earn in a passive way. Like they can just upload a content of their performance like a week back, and people like us who like their particular performance can tip them in the form of bitcoins. Apart from this, we also allow the buskers to sell their own merchandise, and if they want to we also allow them to be categorized based on their genre of performance, like guitar, drums, and etc. So who are our target audience or the market? It's basically any busker that wants to connect to a global audience to just show that we are good drummers, we are good band, we could employ us at some festivals like Moomba, which is a big festival in Melbourne, and so on. And we are at the moment looking for a developer, because at the moment the current project team does not have a domain knowledge in web development, and we are really looking for any developer that can put up their hand and say, this is a good project to work on, and we can surely help the team, and we will be really, really thankful to anyone who's up for the challenge. And in case you want to know more of the project, we'll be here. Feel free to drop into our Facebook and Twitter page, and yeah.
Excellent job. Thanks, guys. Great job. That's awesome. So I love this project because it's kind of demonstrates like how socially enabling Bitcoin can be. Anyone can download an app for free, and now you can start sending and receiving Bitcoins to anyone else around the world pretty much for free. So obviously you can't do that with the traditional financial system. So that's great. Okay, cool. So next up we've got one of the MBTC core member teams, who's Julian Smith, and he's here to talk to you about block freight. So I don't know where he is, but here he comes now. Excellent.
Come on down, Julian.
Come on down, Julian. Would you like me to bring up the page for you, or? Okay, cool. You want to just plug in? Yeah, cool. No problem. I say no problem. Let's hope that it's not a problem.
Fingers crossed. Oh, no, it's a problem. Oh, there's no problem.
There you go.
Thank you very much. I need to feel ready to put this slide forward. So I'll just... Awesome, thank you. Good evening, I'm Julian Smith. As Martin very kindly pointed out, one of the founding members of Melbourne Bitcoin Technology Centre. I originally came here over a year ago to try and find good application of Bitcoin in a commercial context, and we feel that block trade is prospectively a good resolution of that quest. So block freight is a blockchain for global freight, specifically for cargo containers. So any cargo container that's going from somebody to somebody, we have a blockchain to accommodate the transaction. There is an issue that documentation has evolved to include technologies like email and shared SaaS platforms, but there's still a lot of jurisdictions, a lot of opportunity for communication necessary for the smooth transport of goods to not occur. There are detention, withholding, additional fees that often occur. Anyone involved in import and export would be familiar with these things. And a lot of people are familiar with import and export, as it appears that 90% of consumer goods spend some time on a ship at some point in time. So we're looking at blockchain for global freight, which will enable much of the new green fields of distributed computation and smart contracts to service the needs of participants who are engaged in trade. Our time schedule is to allow a network token that we use to become openly available on the 1st of June. There are a lot of containers moving around the world. Our technology stack incorporates technology which many in this room are familiar with, and anyone that has specific questions about specific components of it is welcome to have a chat in the hours after this event. So what are we trying to solve? We're essentially looking to solve for costs which are avoidable costs which occur because information is not where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. We figure that having a permanent digital record like Bitcoin allows for that place to be relied upon by the industry. Blockchain is awesome. There's two components of our network. One is that the validators will essentially be operated by the industry, so they'll determine the rule set that constitutes a valid transaction. There's also a token layer which provides for a network feed. So those block freight tokens are essentially that feed. Background to the business, we're alumni of the incubator program that's operated here at Melbourne Bitcoin Technology Centre. We are a team of at least 6 now, and there are 4 other people that are helping us on a contractual basis. And these are our contact details. If anyone should like to have a conversation further about block freight and what we're doing, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me any questions. Thank you for your time.
Oh, that's a nice sound, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's another feed, mate.
Okay, brilliant, thanks. Thanks very much, Julian. That's fantastic. We're all very, very excited here in the MBTC about the opportunity for block freight and wish Julian all the success in the world. So now we've got Catherine, Noel and Scott Phillips to talk about blockchain. So. That wasn't no. Did you want to drive, Scott? Because you had the Google Docs up before, didn't you?
Thank you. Hello, this is Scott. I'm Catherine, and we're from Blocktrain. Blocktrain is a training and consultancy provider in the blockchain, smart contracts, and distributed application space, serving Australian companies, because we want Australian companies to do really well in this space. Okay, and at the moment that's quite a difficult task because there's so much hype in this market, and with over 1,000 blockchain startups in the world at the moment, choosing the right one or the right ones to put together for a solution for a business is getting increasingly difficult. So we provide expertise that helps navigate that. We also provide expertise that helps choose platforms, and there are an increasing number of platforms, not just the Bitcoin blockchain, but Ethereum, the Safe Network, Interplanetary File Server, and the list keeps growing. So what we do is provide a list of services that include assessing whether organisations are blockchain ready, helping them devise a strategy so that they understand and know what to do in this space. We can provide assistance with architecting solutions specifically for a business, and also provide training to get an organisation across this new area. I'll hand over to Scott.
Thanks, Catherine. The team is basically myself, Scott Phillips. I'm a technologist and a lawyer. I have a deep interest in blockchain technologies, and in particular Ethereum smart contracts. So I run the Ethereum workshops here fortnightly on Thursday evenings. Peter Robertson isn't with us tonight. He's suffering from a cold or the flu, I think. And Peter is a web applications developer and a very experienced consultant. Catherine is a systems architect and has a wealth of corporate experience under her belt as well. So we're quite well positioned. We're very passionate about blockchain space and Bitcoin technology, and we're learning all the time. And it's really that's really the point that we're trying to get to here, which is that this space is frenetic. The pace of change in it, even just from the mere matter of months that I've been involved at Melbourne Bitcoin Technology Centre, is just palpable. It's really quite out of control. And so then that's where we come in for corporates, because we can provide an overview of what on earth is going on in this space at the current moment, and then help to architect solutions that make sense to those businesses and those industries. And in that, what we're really trying to tease out from our clients is who's going to own the platform at the once this all washes out, who's going to own the platform? Because blockchain technology is super tuned for the development of new industry platforms, and it's going to be the early movers on those that get to kind of go up the food chain in the industries. So get in touch with us if you want to talk blockchain training. Blocktrain.io is our website address, and you can find all the contact details there. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Scott and Catherine. So next up we've got Artula, our good friend Artula. You're going to have to pass the Periscope Which site would we like up? Would you like the meetup? Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Martin. Welcome everybody to MBTC. My name is Abdullah Bogara. I'm the lead organizer of Melbourne Silicon Beach. It's on meetup.com. So if you haven't heard of Melbourne Silicon Beach, you can just Google Melbourne Silicon Beach. We come right on top. We are a community of anyone interested in the internet space. You're going to Silicon Beach. Do you have the internet?
Yeah, I've got it here. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Silicon
But
Beach.
have
Here we
the
are.
internet.
I do
Okay.
apologise. I'll check up.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. People can look it up. I'll just stop.
It's here now.
Yeah. Okay. And we actually started in Sydney, and it's born in Sydney and grown up in Melbourne. So back in 2011, February 2011, we started the Melbourne one. Sydney one started in 2010. As you can see, we are about to hit 6,000 members. So some of you, if you're not members already, join tonight and help us get to 6,000. And why there's so many members is that we are very different to other meetup groups. Our motto is empowering startups. So if you have a startup idea but don't know how to execute on it, and you don't have a team, Silicon Beach is where you can find your team. So you may be just you don't know, like me, I don't know how to code. I joined Silicon Beach because I got an app idea for a startup. But I didn't have any web developers or app developers or anybody to help me. So I Googled where can I find people, and Silicon Beach came up. So I joined and I put my startup idea on hold and thought, this is much better, I could empower people to do their startup. So there we met Martin, Bitcoin, and they offered this space. This is our office, co-working space, where Martin and the company has given us free co-working very kindly, so we help each other. And that's what happens in Silicon Beach. You join and you help someone else and it comes back. We are trying to inculcate the Silicon Valley state of mind in Melbourne through Silicon Beach. So it's a culture of paying it forward. That's why Silicon Valley has become so big in the world. We don't unfortunately have that culture here, so it's something that we're trying to foster. So join Silicon Beach, and what we're actually doing is educating people. We're going to have onboarding events here where we can onboard you as a sponsor. So if you have a startup, you come in and have an event here because we have access to this event space, and it will be a ticketed event. So you just give the people some pizza and beer, and you don't have to pay anything for sponsorship. The ticketing money that comes through the event will be channeled to the sponsorship. So things like that, we are applying design thinking to how we are growing this startup community. So we are open Geelong, Silicon Beach about a year ago. We have 2,200 members there. Ballarat Silicon Beach opened about a month ago. We have 30 members. So we have applied for funding to launch to take this throughout Victoria and throughout Australia for that matter. So what I'm thinking is Silicon Beach can become something very different to Silicon Valley. It's a networked group of communities. So it need not be confined to Australia. It can go to New Zealand or Asia Pacific. So it's going to be very big. Come and join us. Thank you.
Thanks, Abdullah. And also, Cullen has asked me just to mention to everyone, there's also Silicon Beach Radio now as well, which I think will be broadcasting out of Crypto Studios, if I'm not wrong. So check out Silicon Beach Radio also. Okay, so I've actually messed up the order. Paul was supposed to be up then. So Paul's here to introduce his Ant Stand, the world's most portable laptop stand.
Okay. Yeah, so my name's Paul Ayling, and I've been coming to Melbourne Bitcoin Technology Centre for quite some time. I'm passionate about decentralised technology as well. I've also had a job, and I've also had a bunch of things that I've been working on the side. And let me just put that down. Like a lot of other people here, I probably do a lot of work on my laptop. Well, I do, and you probably do as well. And what I found last year was I was working and I was doing all this stuff and whatever, and I was making myself really sore. And I got problems with my neck and my shoulders and my forearms and everything. And what I ended up doing was I thought, well, I think the best thing to do is what I need to do is I need to raise up my laptop a bit higher up so that I don't have this bent neck and getting a sore neck and whatever. So I looked into doing that, and the thing is, I move around a lot. I'm not always in the same place, and so what I did was I looked for a laptop stand, and I didn't really find anything that really worked for me because I'm portable, and I couldn't find anything that was really portable enough. So, long story short, I created this new product called the Ant Stand, and here it is. So, it fits on top of my laptop in my stand and in my bag, and then it undoes to that, which raises the laptop up nicely and high so that I have that neutral head. So that's basically it. You can buy it with Bitcoin if anyone has any, so please do.
I did yesterday.
Yes, yeah. So, and also today, it's quite exciting because this is one of the first times we're going to be actually able to sell these stands because it's been getting manufactured and everything. So for everybody here, you can buy the stand. It is $90, but for everyone here, I'm offering a discount of $20. So there's $70 if anyone's interested. It's antstand.com, and you need to put in a promo code of MBTC. Pretty straightforward. So that's it really. So short and sweet.
Oh, look, there's the order form. There you go. And we could buy it very quickly with Bitcoin.
Yeah, don't get it delivered to Libya because it will try to send it to Libya and only charge like $10 and then.
Okay.
Through. So don't do that.
Okay, but we've included. But there is overseas delivery now, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, cool, excellent. Because I sort of tweeted out and put on social media that I bought one yesterday with a picture, and I've got friends saying that that's really cool and they want one. So yeah, here's the Ant Stand. I think it's really cool. Okay, thanks, Paul. Awesome. So now we've got Liam from Lyra Projects.
Sorry.
Oh, say something else? Yeah, sorry. I forgot. Sorry. Sorry, I was interviewed on Silicon Beach Radio as well. So if anyone, and I was talking about how we were going to do the PR campaign for the launch. So if anyone wants, it wasn't just me. I was talking to Julie from PR. Where's come on.
Handle your own PR.
Handle your own PR, sorry. And so she was giving me advice as to how to launch this with PR, and it was really good advice. So if anyone's interested in how you should do a product launch with PR, then Silicon Beach Radio, there'll be some stuff there. It was kind of a good conversation, I think.
Thank you, Stan. How you going, everyone? I'm Liam.
Good.
I'm from Lyra Projects. It's actually called Lyra from here on out. Just make it easier for people. So it's an app to help you track your individual environmental impact. How did it start? So years ago, 2013, I was studying graphic design at university, and there was a competition there for designing a product or designing a package rather that helped or benefited society. It won the combination award for the Southern Cross Packaging Design Awards, and then that sort of got me thinking what else could be made or designed that could also benefit society. Now, just everything in this room, if you look around, has been designed by someone or something. Literally everything. From the thing you see now to that, to the building we're in, it's all had some sort of effect on us. So I thought I could do that through a product to help make our lives better. Anyway, so what's the problem? Let's go back up. The problem is that we don't understand actually what our true environmental impact is. From our travel, our consumption, our energy usage. So Lara helps you know the cost saving associated with, first of all, let me explain how it works. You connect your current location, which tracks if you're on a plane, train, bus, walking, riding, and intelligently knows or gives you an output of that, of your CO2 impact. Also, you connect your home energy usage, and that helps also to grab a more holistic view of things. And later on in the future, we're looking at consumption to capture even more of the picture that is of your life, obviously. So it's seamless, it runs in the background. It's just like a Fitbit, essentially, but for your impact. So once you set it up, that's it. It just sort of helps you to understand where things need to be improved. And beyond just the environment, which is, I guess, the start of what we're looking at, if you think about the information or the data that, the amount of data that's just swirling around us that could be tapped into to be able to help us as individuals to give us a more holistic picture of how to be better in a sense. So that's it. That's it for me. Thank you.
Are you looking for anyone or anything?
I'm not looking for anyone or anything, but I'm doing a crowdfunding campaign next week. It's raising $15,000 for the initial base of it all. If you'd like to donate, it's on Starting Good. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much, Liam. Awesome. So, also, Liam is a massive asset to the MBTC because he redeveloped our website as well. So he's a man of many talents.
And cool. He's a Silicon Beacher.
And he's a Silicon Beacher as well. Yes, we met Liam through our Tulers network. So it's been an awesome relationship with Silicon Beach. Okay, cool. So on to our newest member of the MBTC community is Nathan from Imagination. Do you want me to bring up your slide? Okay, cool.
Actually, might as well bring it up.
Well, everyone's on here. So you can find all of these businesses and projects basically on the MBTC website.
You'll have to stop the video at the start.
Oh, okay.
So I'll start talking now. Hi everyone, my name's Nathan Anderson. I'm from Imagination, 2 words. We come from the nation of imagination. Basically, we are a team of passionate and courageous innovation educators. So we're here to disrupt safely the way that organizations are doing business, in the way that they're looking forward to how their business is going to look in the future. The way I like to put it is, I'm trying to prevent more Kodak moments. In terms of Kodak went out of business because they weren't able to see the digital camera and the impact that was going to have on our business world and the way consumers consume technology. So we work with organizations, teams, and individuals to develop agility within their business. So whether that's creating growth mindsets, the right skills, behavior, cultures, symbols within their business, so that their business is able to adopt innovation in a holistic way. I've always believed, and it always has had an impact, innovation on our world. All the latest, newest Bitcoin, you go right back to flight. It all came out of innovation and creativity, and that's what we're here to foster and cherish for the future. So realistically, some of the biggest benefits of the innovation programs we run, we are looking to improve competitiveness with organizations, increasing market share, looking about what's possible. I like to also think that we prevent people from saying things like, well, that's the way it's always been done around here, more along the lines of what could be possible. How much more exciting, and I'm sure everyone here knows, it's more exciting to talk about what's possible than it is we can't do that. I like living in an area of possibility, growth, etc. So we essentially have 3 different products. that we offer. The first level of products is aimed at the individuals, that is online training programs, consulting, coaching, etc. The second one is our live programs, and that involves the Startup Game, which is a immersive 2-day experiential learning program which teaches people how to define their problem, come up with solutions. We put them through essentially an incubator and then an accelerator over 2 days to come out with a prototype and a solution to fix that problem. But we also challenge them along the way to develop the right mindsets and behaviours and deal with how do you be courageous, how do you be passionate, how do you deal with adversity going through that process. Everything that I'm sure a lot of people here understand, being entrepreneurs and innovators. The last product that we work with is a customised culture transformation project. So we work with clients one-on-one to develop a customised culture identification, training framework, and then implementation of innovation into their business. So that's essentially what we're doing. We're looking for more people that think like us, people that are good with technology, marketing, business development, as well as people to help us be facilitators and trainers and help create a world where we all talk innovation as one. So our details are imagination.com.au, or come see me afterwards. I'm happy to hand out some business cards. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Nathan. Okay, cool. So now we're jumping back onto the blockchain with our very own Sam Lee to talk a little bit about ACX.
Sure.
I'll bring up the website.
Do you want to bring it up?
Yeah, I'll bring up the website. Cool. So this is a very new project.
I wouldn't just call it a project. Anything that has to do with the blockchain is a revolution. Should we just give that a tap? Give the graph a tap? Give the graph a tap.
Can we tap it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's tap that.
Okay.
Alright. So, for those who can
Someone
see...
turn the lights down? Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, George. So, for those who can see, this is Australia's newest Bitcoin exchange, but it also happens to be the most liquid with the biggest order book, meaning that you could buy millions of dollars worth of Bitcoins right here, right now. This is all the trades that are available, bids and asks and everything, and a lot of people can, after passing KYC of course, load their cash or Bitcoins in there and start trading against the order book right here. It is mirrored off the Chinese Bitcoin exchange's order books by Bitcoin's Reserve Arbitrage Fund. So it ensures that the millions of dollars of liquidity in China is accessible to you in Australian dollars. So, no more long delays, no more waiting, no more excuses. You can very easily buy Bitcoins in the past, but now you can very easily buy large amounts of Bitcoins today. So, time to sell your wife and kids and get on the rocket ship to the moon. But that's just the beginning. Bitcoin represents revolution, a distributed, decentralized, permissionless revolution. And what we have learned over the past year and a half is that all these businesses and all these ideas that everyone has here all have something in common. Hands up who here has a great business idea. Hands up who here, keep your hands up if you think your business idea could go a lot faster, further, if you had more funding. Now, what's stopping you from getting that money, honey?
Regulation.
Thank you. Someone's brave enough to say it. Thank you, Martin. Regulation. And you're talking about 60-year-old dudes who don't know shit about innovation, alright? Regulation never can keep up with innovation. Bitcoin never asked for permission from regulators to issue their own currency. Blockchain never asked for a patent to issue itself. It just happened. It's like Pandora's box. It's open. And so, with the liquidity now that we bring to Bitcoin, to Australians, and to the world, we will march on and create a global, decentralized, and distributed equities market. So what we want is everybody who has a great idea right here, right now, to come with us and list your opportunities in a distributed, permissionless platform for you to raise capital. Because when you do that, the money you raise there is yours to deploy to your own business. And the regulators can't do shit about it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
Is this on the web, Sam? Is it on the web?
Oh yeah, okay.
What's the web address?
ACX.io, is it? ACX.io, Australian Crypto Exchange. Okay, so moving on, more Bitcoin business with Alan Gale. He's the CFO for Bitcoin Group, and he's going to talk about Bitcoin mining. So,
thanks, Martin. Yep.
Thank you. Yep. So Bitcoin, you wanted Bitcoin wisdom, right?
I'm just going to, hi everyone, I'm Alan. I'm just going to follow Martin's questions, go through here. I'm the co-founder, also the CFO and CEO of Bitcoin Group. The reason I carry two titles is because the company's been very tight, asked me to do more work and then save a bit of money. What does Bitcoin Group do? We do all sorts of business as long as it's Bitcoin related, but our main focus at the moment is Bitcoin mining. What does Bitcoin mining try to solve? For the Bitcoin network, Bitcoin mining is to provide security to the whole network, as Martin mentioned earlier, to prevent double spending, being hacking, etc. To Bitcoin Group and to all individual investors, Bitcoin mining provide money to make money for everyone who's involved in this at the moment. The market opportunity, as everyone, not sure how many people really know about Bitcoin. At this moment, the whole Bitcoin net worth is about $6.9 billion US, and every day now there are 3,600 Bitcoins being released in the whole network. That's probably around $1.6 million every day. What is Bitcoin mining? Let's compare that to the traditional gold mining. We all know gold mining, we purchase a block of land, there are gold underneath, and then we buy a machine or hire laborers to work on it, and then the cost per ounce, let's say $800 per ounce US, and then you can sell it to the market around 1,300, 400. That's how you're making money. Same apply to the Bitcoin mining. You need to buy the mining machines and then connect to the Bitcoin network and then use a large amount of electricity to run it, and then you get the Bitcoin that distributed every day through the network, and then you can sell it to the free market to make the gap. This pie chart here tells you the hash power network at the moment. At the moment it's about 1,600 petahash. That's put into dollar values. That's in the market, it's probably worth about 0.5 billion US dollars has been put in for the mining industry. Through this pie here, that's the percentage. It clearly tells us fish to pool, that's Chinese pool, and the ant pool also located in China. BDCC pool, BW.com, B1 pool, that's also in China, and then bit further, that's America. Georgia, yep. And then KYC, we can pretty much ignore the rest. 24% plus 24% plus 13% plus 10%, that's 71% of the whole Bitcoin hash rate are located in China. Why? Because of the cheap electricity that enables you to mine. And for Bitcoin mining, it's simple. Everyone probably use the same machines. Once machines being developed, we all have money, we can go to buy. So on the machine basis, we're all the same. There's no one is better than the other ones. And then Bitcoin price is the same. Difficulty is the same. So what comes down to the real advantage of the business, that's your electricity price. That's, decides whether you stay in the market or not. Can we just go click on mine?
Yeah, sure.
No, go back to the Bitcoin Wisdom website. Click on mine. Yeah, and Bitcoin difficult charts. Here is what I mentioned before. At the moment, stop it. This is 1,546. This is a gigahash, but it's just units. So it's 1,546 petahash at the moment. Let's flip down, Martin. Thanks. Keep going down. Okay. Here's the difficulty history. That's the hash rate increase. That's the percentage. Where from this website, it gets you all the information you need to, because at the end of the day, Bitcoin, it's a cryptography and a mathematics combined. So everything you can calculate. To me, I think Bitcoin is the easiest and the most transparent and the most profitable business at the moment in the world. Let's go to the Bitcoin calculation. Go up.
Yep.
Not calculate that Martin. Click on that. Yeah. Okay. Because I only have 5 minutes, so I'll just quickly run through this calculation with everyone. Sorry. The mining setting. All right. Come on. Difficulty increment is where I showed you guys as that percentage goes up or down. You can do a rough calculation. Everyone go back home and do a calculation with this, and it can tell you how much money you can make. That's the percentage you work on the average, and then that's the electricity price. You can put it in there. Pool fee, it's the pi thing. You have to pay the pool up. Thanks, Martin.
Okay.
Up a bit. Hardware information, that's where you get all the mining machines. You put in the hash rate, and then the hardware price, how much you purchase, hardware, the consumption, hash power, you put it in, and then start date, delivery cost, setup cost, you can ignore, go up. Okay, here are the prices of Bitcoin. Once you put everything into this format, it'll automatically calculate the profit that you're making. So can we just run it through, please?
What would you like me to do?
Go up. Put 3% here. And then electricity price, let's change it to RMB.
Yeah, what would you like me to do?
0.3.
Yep.
Yep, let's leave it go down. Hash rate, let's change to 4.73. Sorry, 4,730. Okay. Yeah, and then hardware price put 5,000. Yeah, here you put 1,290. I'm putting all the data into it. This is the data for the current most efficient machine, which is S7. Everyone can do a search online and then go down. The Bitcoin price at the moment. Sorry.
Yeah, that's live.
It's not live. That's 2,700.
Yeah, it's 449.
Oh, gone up. At the moment, it's a 2,989.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Just run it, Martin. Just run it. So we can just see what it indicatively looks like.
No, you need.
Just run it.
No, I haven't used this before, so you need to tell me what to do.
Sorry, scroll up to the top.
Yeah.
US dollars needed to be changed to RMB. Electricity price.
Yeah, electricity price.
Okay.
Don't be surprised.
It's not giving me an option.
No, you click on it.
No, it's come to the middle of the screen.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you just keep driving.
Alan, you're running out of 5 minutes, mate.
I'm sorry, but I'm helping everyone to make money here. So I'm sure they wouldn't mind if I go through to minimize this part, Martin, please.
Okay.
And then, yeah,
Scroll down. Scroll down.
I want.
Yeah.
I want to see this part. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Minimize it. Smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. Change it to CNY.
CNY.
Change it to month.
Month.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You want me to go down or?
Okay, that's it. That's it.
No.
Okay. Can we turn off the lights, please? Sorry. That's the most exciting part. This calculation here is by a third party. All right. No one made that. We're just using that to calculate it. Here.
The USD hasn't been changed.
Hardware prices to the USD.
Yeah.
People are leaving out.
Can you just explain off the numbers that are there? Can you just explain what the numbers mean? Alan, quickly?
Yes.
Because
Okay.
this isn't going anywhere, mate.
Yeah.
Just turn it up.
This number here, which is the number that you put it in as the purchase price for the machine, which is supposed to be 5,000, but because it's US there. And the whole thing here tells you the difficulty we set as 3% is because that's what's happening at the moment. The difficulty going up rate is 3% here. And then that's the profit each month. So it just, and that's the revenue part. Basically what we're doing here, by putting all the information there, because as I said, Bitcoin mining, it's all about numbers. Once you're putting all the numbers, it can calculate the profit by itself. So it helps you to analyze what's happening in the market, and then that's how making money, because of the stupid things not working properly, so I can't show you guys. If you run this through, which the data that I put in, you should be able to say, for you to get your money back, it's probably around 8 to 9 months time to get your money back, and then the rest of the mining cycle, it's all profit. That's why we have money to burn to do the listing in the past year and a half, to run around with ASIC, this and that. That's where all the money coming from, not from the investors. We're making money for investors.
And what's the web address? Is it on the
It's
web?
Bitcoin Wisdom.
Bitcoin Wisdom.
Yeah, Bitcoin Wisdom, you can get all the information here. All you need is probably the hardware information, but where you can do a research, put it in. This part here is critical. If you're doing mining in Australia, you're screwed, because the electricity is too high in this country. Can't do shit. Yep, I guess my topic is done. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Alan. So that's great. So a bit of an insight. And if you'd like to know more about Bitcoin mining, obviously Alan's the man to speak to, and also Jacob Cheng, who is our operations manager, who has a lot of experience in chip manufacturing and semiconductor industry. So we've got like a really strong team in the Bitcoin Group company. Now we are going to try to do a Skype call with Fran Strajnar. Fran is the CEO of Brave New Coin, and they have their offices here. So Brave New Coin is like the Bloomberg of Bitcoin and blockchain, and they have trading API tools. So we'll see how we go with this. And Fran is actually our last pitch as well. So if we run out of time, then I do apologise. But you'll be rewarded with pizzas if you'd like to partake. So let's see if this works. It says away, so that's not a good start. I think Evelyn was speaking with Fran before. We can certainly try. Okay. Away usually means. Oh, here we go. Hello. Hello, Fran.
Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine. Are you able to turn your video on, or?
Yeah, I hear your internet connection is pretty bad today.
Okay, cool. Well, we've got a few people here in the room, in the event space here, so if you'd like to maybe talk a little bit about Brave New Coin and what your team here is doing in Melbourne, and also James, I think, is on hand as well to answer more questions later also. So over to you, Fran.
Yeah, hi, my name's Fran Strajnar. I'm the CEO and founder of BraveNewCoin.com. So I understand there's only 5 minutes, so I thought I'd give you the quick version. With Bitcoin's invention, we have a new asset class on our hands. So this means that the infrastructure needs to be fleshed out. So the problem is, buy-side firms, quants, basically institutional investors cannot play with this new asset class, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., because the data that they require is not available, data and connectivity is not available through their regular suppliers. So BreakingBitcoin.com takes and aggregates, standardizes all the data from all the exchanges and creates everything from price discovery, indices, benchmark reference pricing, standardized data feeds, etc. And we're starting to integrate, after 2 years of development, our data sets into the typical data aggregators and distributors who are seeing a growing demand for digital assets market feeds. We also have a contents division to promote our brand and help educate and understand more about this asset class. And it's a synergistic trinity between market data, blockchain data, and content. I can share my screen at this time and take you through a pitch deck. You tell me, madam.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've just got your website up here, Fran, and been sort of having a little navigate around, but we'll just do a screen share, that'd be great.
Just a second. So I've been running for 2.5 years, and we're just exiting the development phase and into the commercialization phase. So that's sort of where the company's at this time. Just let me know if you can see my screen there, man.
Yeah, it's coming up now. Excellent.
Okay. Liquidity and integration tools for digital assets. We'll skip the warning and disclaimer that's mandatory. You all know what blockchain is. I've just described the problems. Our solution is standardizing blockchain markets data and blockchain data. Why? Well, because value is becoming programmable at an exponential rate. First currencies, now commodities, smart contracts, and decentralized autonomous organizations. The industry is, well, it's the world's biggest industry. It's the financial services sector. Blockchains are impacting everything, and their assets are trading. Trading volumes are exploding. The number of exchanges that exist are increasing. The number of assets are increasing, and there's no end of demand for institutional people to get involved. Competition, sparse. TradeBlock's the only real competitor. There's non-institutional sort of dozens of websites you can get the price of Bitcoin. But nobody that does a professional job of the delivery required. Products, so indices, benchmark pricing, databases, APIs, and then fixed protocol connectors, order routing, order management, and portfolio solutions. Because I know we're lacking on time, I won't get too deep on the blockchain side of things, but let's just say middleware is our end goal. Business model, basically 18 million by the end of 2018, split between institutional and non-institutional. Path to market, through our sites, direct and partnerships, so we've just signed a number of distribution deals with data distributors. We also are dealing with stock exchanges directly, and we've got a number of inquiries through the website. The founding team is this guy. I've done a few interesting things in project management and strategic sales. A couple of big data guys who are twice my age and have been programming at various C-level positions for 30 years. So we're a Manchia head of development, and we've got an excellent advisory board. There's also other staff, but this is the management. Technology stack, basically we take data and we turn it into products. I'll make this slides deck available, knowing we're short on time, to anybody that wants it afterwards. Timeline, we've done a lot of things. In a short summary, I funded the company myself with a small seed last year. We're raising 2 million to effectively capitalize everything we've developed, and our end goal is acquisition or IPO in 2019. largely pre-revenue. We just started letting that flow in the last sort of couple of weeks really, and it's looking damn good. I should be able to make some serious announcements in the coming weeks. And we're raising 1 to 2 million to basically hire boots on the grounds to start taking all that wonderful development and intellectual property and turn it into hardcore sales. So that's Brave Bitcoin in a very, very short pitch.
Fantastic. Okay, great. I think that deserves a round of applause. If you can do it. And are you looking for any sort of calls to action from anyone that might want to be know more or get involved in Brave New Coin's progression to the stars?
Yeah, we're after the sort of ex-Thomson Reuters, Bloomberg type financial service specialists that understand market data, channel partnership managers to look after all of these partnerships we're opening up. And we'll be hiring some front-end developers. Outside of that, we're currently up and around. We'll be subscribing people probably next week, and we'd like to close that out in the next 30 days. So if anyone's interested, the minimum is 50k US, and we'll probably group it through a syndicate or a special purpose vehicle to keep it all nice and tidy and professional.
Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, well, thanks very much for coming on. You're in New Zealand, right?
Register in New Zealand, but the main office is where you are all sitting in Australia today. We've got some boots on the ground in Manhattan as well.
Okay, fantastic. Brilliant. Thanks again then, Fran. Okay, I'll speak to you soon.
Thanks everyone. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye. Okay, cool. And that was maybe you might flicking the lights back on there, please. Yeah. So yeah, we've run a little bit over time, but that sort of concludes the presentations. I mean, I also have a small business that I run, which is like a consultancy business. So I just plug that while we're here, seeing as I am a MBTC member. And I've actually first started off by joining the MBTC with a business idea, and Sam and Alan and the guys were very kind to kind of welcome me in. I had a Bitcoin ATM business, which I sold 6 months later, so I was quite happy with that. My first sort of venture into the startup world, and then I created this business, which is like an education and consultancy style business. So basically, I've been studying Bitcoin for a couple of years now, and I can help people kind of understand the technology, whether you be in financial services or education workshops. I've worked with schools and things like that. So yeah, Think Bitcoin, also based out of here, of course. And yeah, cool. So I think now we've got some pizza. So if you would like to stick around, obviously we'd love to have you. We're going to probably have pizzas and drinks in the barbecue area there in the co-working space. I think that's it. Over.
Cool. Yeah.
That's it. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. So thanks everyone for coming along. That concludes this month's Bitcoin Melbourne meetup. If you aren't already a member of the Bitcoin Melbourne meetup group, please do sign up. We do these events monthly. Then there's also a bunch of other events that are running in this space. So I think I mentioned before, there's an Ethereum workshop. There's also a weekly talk and trade here. So if you're interested in knowing more about Bitcoin and blockchain things, make sure you sign up. But besides that, we'll see you next month, and enjoy your pizza. See you later.